The morning fog lay thick over Devgad, curling around rooftops like breath that refused to leave. The town didn't wake so much as it creaked into motion. Windows unlatched with sighs, footsteps dragged, shop shutters groaned as if they resented the daylight. It wasn't a place you moved to, it was a place you ended up in. At the outskirts of this almost forgotten town, where houses stood farther apart and the woods began to whisper their age-old chants, stood a modest house with a rusted green gate, the kind of place where secrets could grow quietly like moss. Shia sat on the cold edge of the veranda step, her school bag beside her, frayed at the seams. She didn't fidget, didn't bounce up with nerves. She just sat still, composed and eerily silent for a 13-year-old. She was used to that silence, had lived in it long before they moved here. In classrooms filled with chatter, Sia had always been the afterthought, a background character in her own life. Too quiet, too inward. Teachers liked her because she never caused trouble. Classmates avoided her because she made them uncomfortable, like a mirror that showed them their noise for what it was. Hollow. "Bus, we'll be here in 10 minutes, came a voice from inside. Her mother, Sudamini. Sudamini was a woman carved from sharp lines, always tired, always somewhere else. Her affection came in rushed glances, rarely in touch, never in words. Shia didn't resent her for it, but she didn't expect warmth either. Their relationship was functional, like two strangers caught in the same storm. The school bus arrived late, its headlights flickering like it wasn't sure it belonged on the road. Shia climbed in, eyes down. The driver didn't greet her. The kids didn't either. The seats were mostly full. Of course they were. She slipped into one near the front, next to a window smeared with dust, and someone's chalk drawings. The ride to Devgad Government High School took 15 minutes and exactly 0 words. She preferred it that way. The school stood like a monument to forgotten dreams. Faded blue walls, corners blackened with mold, a cracked concrete yard where weeds poked through like rebellion. Crows perched above the main gate, watching, waiting, or maybe just bored. In the principal's office, the fan creaked overhead like it had opinions. "You will be in Class 8B, the man behind the desk said without looking up. "Don't be late. Don't roam the corridors and keep your head down." She almost smiled at the irony. Keep your head down, as if she would ever known how to hold it high. Her classroom was a rectangle of peeling paint, rusty desks, and the smell of cheap chalk. When she walked in, everything stopped. Not because she was interesting, but because she was new. And that made her dangerous in the way all outsiders are. "Who is she?" A boy whispered loud enough to be cruel. "Another charity case," said another. She walked straight to the last bench and sat, eyes fixed ahead, heart pounding in the slow, painful rhythm of utterly alone. She heard laughter. Someone threw a crumpled paper ball. It bounced off her head and fell, ignored to the floor. She didn't lift her face. She didn't speak. She just waited for the lesson to begin. Even though she knew this was a lesson in survival. The teacher introduced Sia flatly, like reading out a punishment. "This is Sia Mehta. She is new. Be kind." A boy snickered. "We are always kind, ma'am." Laughter. Someone else whispered, "Bet she eats lunch alone." She did. At recess, Sia sat under the staircase with her tiffin, plain roti and potato sabzi. She ate in small, slow bites, eyes on the gravel from the courtyard. Shrill laughter rose, cliques formed and reformed. A girl walked by and mock whispered, "Maybe if you talk, you wouldn't be invisible." She wanted to say, "Invisible is better than being seen and hated." But instead, she said nothing. She never did. She'd learned long ago that silence was safer, quieter.